Hello, everyone. I'm Farnoosh Nouri with the counseling department. So you have all had your tryptophan, right? Most people had turkey, some people didn't. Um, so here's what we're going to do. I'll explain it and then we're going to do it together, okay? So we're going to, for the first 20 minutes, we're all going to come here, sit down and meditate. And then for the last 10 minutes, we're going to lie down and have deep meditation. How does that sound? I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. All right. I wish, huh? So, just as far as meditation goes and my passion for meditation, I've started meditating in my early 20s. The method I started to learn was called Tamarkoz. It was Sufi meditation, which included breathing exercises, mind relaxation exercises, um, visualization, meditative body movements, and deep relaxation, and ultimately concentration on the heart. But there are so many different forms of meditation. And the question is, how do we use that for our classrooms and how do we engage our students? Because there are a ton of studies out there that show when we integrate meditation into our classes, even if it's a 1 to 2 minute meditation at the beginning of the class, some breathing exercises like they were introduced earlier, if you do just that, it makes a difference on the quality of that class. So, but that requires our awareness. So the method of meditation that I work with is called it is actually the Tamarko's method is about the art of concentration and meditation for self-knowledge. So self-knowledge is where we're going to start. Everybody needs to get to know themselves better. So when I go to a class, first we need to scan the room and, of course, see what the energy level is. So here's what we're going to do. Given that we all had lunch right now, we're going to start increasing our energy. Are you ready for that? So if you can have both feet on the floor. Are you ready? All right, 1, 2, start. And see how that feels. Just notice your body. Notice what difference. If you want to stand, you can do it standing, you can do it sitting. But what we're doing is we're increasing our energy, right? All right, are you ready to stop? What difference did that make for you? Your heartbeat went up, energy increased. So there are times that we want to reduce energy, there are times we want to increase energy, but we are in that classroom scanning all the time. So as part of that scanning today, oh, by the way, notice that our program doesn't have any description. The reason it doesn't have description is because this is going to be experiential. So it's not about talking about it, it's really about experiencing meditation. Nothing goes that deep. We can talk about it forever, but never really actually implement it. And our students need to learn how to apply it into their day-to-day lives. So what I'd like to ask you to do is start scanning. So we're going to start with scanning ourselves so that we can help scan the room, we can learn to scan the room, and we can help our students be connected enough with themselves to know when they need to apply these exercises and which exercises do they need to do something like we just did to increase their energy? Do they need to calm their mind? Do they need to do some breathing exercises just to recenter themselves and reduce that anxiety that we talked about earlier with our generation that is very different and anxious? So with that being said, I'd like to ask you to just close your eyes if you can. If you're not comfortable closing your eyes, just keep your gaze at a place right in front of you. And notice your breathing. Just be an observer right now. Bring your attention to your body in a way that you're the only person in this room right now. And as you do, imagine your skin. Just scan your skin from the top of your head, going down, around your head, down to your neck and throat. And imagine your skin as a boundary that separates you from the external world so that you can get to know your inner world for now. And now bring your attention to your shoulders. Notice the right arm going all the way down to the right forearm, right wrist, right hand, going down the left arm, left forearm and left hand. Take a long, deep breath and become aware of your chest, your back. Notice your heart and rib cage, going down to the belly and lower back. Going down to the buttocks, thighs, knees, calves, feet, and notice the soles of your feet and toes. Now that you scanned your physical body, we're going to go deeper in that physical body. Notice your brain. Hello, brain. Thank you for being there, and thank you for helping me every day. Thank you for helping me this moment. So I'm touching into power of gratitude. When we're not getting into the neurobiology of it, we can do that another time. But right now, we're just going to give gratitude to see the effect of gratitude. Thank you, brain, for being there for me. And notice your brain relaxing and receiving this gratitude. Now bring your attention down to the brainstem. That's that hollow area in the back of your head, neck, right under your skull. That's where your brainstem is. That's where your vagus nerve is that contributes to the anxiety that we often experience in life. So the calmness of these nerves is really important. So as you come to your brainstem, just notice your brainstem. Notice how it's connected to your spinal column, going all the way down your spine, connecting all of those nerves, nerve fibers that pass through your spinal column. And how all of those nerves are connected to the rest of your body. Give gratitude to all that nervous system that helps you live and enjoy life. Have all your life experiences every day and every moment. And now become aware of your forehead. Become aware of your eyebrows. Notice your eyes. Let your eyes sink deep into your eye sockets. Notice your nose and cheeks and lips and jaw. Notice your gums. Notice your tongue. How often do we pay attention to these muscles that are so important? And again, add a flavor of gratitude as you pass through these body parts. Going down the throat, notice your rib cage and how it protects your lungs, protects your heart. Take another deep breath. Notice your belly and notice if every breath that you're taking pushes out your belly just a little bit. And as you do this, now begin to inhale through your nose and exhale through the mouth. And notice the difference. Usually we let go of a lot more emotions when we exhale through the mouth. Now bring your awareness to the sit bones and notice the support of the chair you're sitting on. Going down your thigh muscles. Going down, notice your knees, notice your calves and shins and feet. And now mentally ask yourself, what part of my body needs attention? For me to be healthier, what part of my body do I need to pay more attention to? Did any part of your body call out for more attention as you did this body scan? Now take a long deep breath and exhale through your mouth and let go of the physical body and bring your attention to your mental body. When you come to your mental body, is another layer of our being. That's where we hold all our thoughts. It's a much more subtle layer of our being. Our thoughts And notice what thoughts you have been carrying with you. What has been on your mind? What is on your mind right now? What has been on your mind today or this week? And as you become aware of your thoughts, notice the quality of those thoughts. Do they carry positive or negative vibrations? Do they increase life in you or do they take away energy? Our awareness of the quality of our thoughts can make a world of difference in the way we carry ourselves throughout the day. Now let go of the mental body and bring your attention to the emotional body and notice what feelings you've been carrying with you. Feelings are just one word: sad, happy, excited, elated, scared, worried. What feelings have you been carrying with you? And if you can number them from 1 to 3, which one is taking up more space in your body and which one is taking up less space? And notice if any part of your body is responding to each one of those feelings. So take the first one and kind of scan your body and see where in your body you store that feeling. Sometimes when it comes to anxious feelings, we may feel it around our solar plexus, right under the sternum. When it comes to excitement, we may feel it a little higher in our heart. Everybody is different, and that's perfectly okay. We're tapping into our own unique experiences. And now let go of the emotional body and take another deep breath and notice how you feel spiritually. And by that, I mean the observer that was watching the physical, the mental, and the emotional bodies. Notice the observer, the one who was just experiencing all of this. And now with that awareness, whenever you're ready, gently and slowly open your eyes. So that is a scanning exercise that takes more time, but even though it takes more time in a classroom, your students at the beginning may be trained. You can just do it one time, and that way they will know how to connect with themselves, how to be able to be aware of what's going on physically, mentally, and emotionally inside. And that awareness is going to take them a long way as far as how to use the exercises we're going to be using now. So one of the exercises we just did was the increase of energy to be able to, and that was, so we can do physical exercises. One of them was tapping the feet. There are a lot of meditative movements. Any of you who have done Tai Chi, for instance, Tai Chi is one of those really powerful exercises that allows us to move energy in our body. And at the end of the day, we all know we're all energy. We're, and when it comes to quantum physics and knowing that everything is energy and we're all interconnected with each other, there's that energetic presence that we need to be aware of within us, within ourselves, to be able to connect with one another. So when it comes to body language, a lot of you scan the room and you may notice from, how do you know if students are getting tired, for instance? Anybody? Falling asleep? Yeah, that's the most clear one, of course. What else? Looking down. So the eye contact, whether they're making eye contact with you or their eye position, says a lot about where they are in their presence. What else? Yes, they put their head down because they're too tired. Probably that's a sign. So basically, with our physical presence, we are saying something, right? Yawning, right? Looking down, not paying attention. They're slouching, right? They don't have to say much. They're still looking at you, but they're slouching. That says a lot about how present they are in their body. So the moment that happens, One of the exercises we can do is we can ask them to get up. Just get up from their chair, start to walk around in the room even, right? Or do some meditative walking. And how do we do meditative walking? Have you ever, how many people have you ever have done meditative walks? Several. So what we do is we pay attention. We take very slow steps and we pay attention to how our body is feeling. Now, if you can't, a lot of our rooms don't have enough space for us to walk around. So what you can do is you can do the exercise of grounding in a way that either when they were sitting, we're going to do some extra grounding exercises, or standing. Standing is maybe something as simple as rocking their body front and back. So that's one of the techniques that helps people not only ground themselves, but also comfort the body and ground themselves in that moment of just connecting with the earth. Or going to the right and left side. So putting all the pressure, all the weight of the body to the right side of the body, putting all the weight on the left side of the body. And that exercise in itself will help them wake up. One of the exercises that helps increase energy right away is what we call alignment exercise. So if y'all are ready to stand up, it's not hard, I promise you. So as you stand up, notice your feet on the floor. What we're doing is we are only working with energy, nothing else. But as we are working with energy, we're also tensing up the muscles. So we're contracting the muscles. So imagine you're contracting the muscles in your feet, but as you do that, let all that energy come to the center, right in between your feet. And now bring your attention up to your calves and tighten up your calves and hold that tightness in your calves and bring all of the energy of the calves right, as if you're creating a pole of energy right at the center of your body. And keep your breathing open. And now we're going to come up to the thighs and tighten up the muscles in the thighs. Just hold that tightness in the thighs and allow the energy to come to that central pole, coming up to the buttocks and pelvic area. And now we're going to start coming up to the belly. So pulling the belly in, tightening up the lower back, coming up to the chest. It feels counterintuitive to tighten up the chest and breathe, but it works. So try it. Coming up to the shoulders, arms, and hands. You can even make a fist with your hands if you want. And keep coming all the way up to the neck, throat, and head, and just hold it right there. And imagine this pole of energy right at the center right now. You can even visualize it as a color, the beautiful color that you can imagine, whatever is calming to you. And as you exhale, just extend that and send it to the right and left side of your brain, going down to the neck, going down to the shoulders, going down to the trunk of the body, all the way down to the thighs, feet, and just relax your body and take a relaxing breath. And as you take that relaxing breath, sometimes we may feel some activation in some part of the body, and that's perfectly okay. Now, if they have held, I do want to kind of warn you that if people have held some kind of trauma in some part of their body, it may respond a little more. And if it does, we just breathe into that part. So take a deep breath to that part of the body that may be calling your attention and exhale and release. So we call that alignment. You can go back into your seats, and the alignment exercise is really just bringing the energy back to the center and realigning it within ourselves. And that in itself just resets. Does anybody feel any different after this exercise? Just the alignment exercise. It feels centering, yes. So the breathing exercises, looking at time. Okay, I'm running out of time, 2 minutes. So the breathing exercises that I want to quickly tell you about, you already heard about one of them, which was exhaling, inhaling, and then releasing. So a lot of times when you ask people, oh, let's take some deep breaths, there might be so much tightness here that we cannot even take a deep breath. So a trick to that would be, imagine your breath starts with exhalation rather than inhalation. So again, it sounds counterintuitive, but it really works. So I'd like to ask you to just exhale. And after you exhale completely through your mouth, then do 2 extra exhalations. And then pause. And then you automatically will need to take a breath. And it automatically opens that tightness in the chest. So again, exhale. So if we're going the opposite direction, our breath starts with exhalation, not inhalation. Another breathing exercise I want to talk to you about is the belly breathing. Just encouraging your students to have their put their hand on their chest, one hand on the chest, and one hand on their belly. And then as they inhale, can they feel the rise of their belly? Kind of like babies breathe. If we're too tight, we don't feel that inhalation. So what happens to your diaphragm is your diaphragm is this concave, or can somebody help me? One of the physics instructors. Okay, so it's the circle going down, and then as you or the other way, and then when you take a deep breath, then it goes down. Then the diaphragm goes down and it pushes the belly out. So we're not really breathing through the belly, but as we inhale and expand the lungs, it pushes the diaphragm down and the belly is pushed out. So my time is up, but those are some of the exercises. And I tell you that students will tell you, if you do 1 to 2 minutes of one of these exercises at the beginning of the class, the quality of that class will be very different.